Well, we're on a great lesson tonight. We're starting out with personal initiative. And this is a great lesson because it's the action-producing portion of this philosophy. It wouldn't make very much difference whether you understood all of the other principles or not if you didn't do something about it, now would it? In other words, the value that you're going to get out of this philosophy will not consist of anything that I will say in these lectures, not consist of anything that I put in my notes, nor anything that's in your lessons, or anything that's in any of my textbooks that you'll be reading. That's important, but the important thing is what you will do about all of this. The action you will take to start using this philosophy on your own personal initiative. Now, there are certain things, certain attributes of initiative and leadership, and I want you to start in and grade yourself on them. And there are 31 of them. I'm going to make comment on the ones that I consider of greatest importance. Incidentally, this is a grading of yourself on these qualities will be the first step toward making those qualities your own. I don't believe that I need to make much comment on number one, on a definite major purpose, because obviously if you don't have an objective in life, a major overall purpose, you haven't very much personal initiative. And that's one of the most important steps to take, is to find out what it is you want to do. Maybe if you're not sure what you want to do over a lifetime, let's find out what you're going to do this year, the remainder of this year. Let's set our goal not too high perhaps, but and not too far in the distance. If you're in a business or a profession or a job, your definite major purpose certainly could enable you to step up your income from your services, whatever your services may be. And then at the end of the year, you can review your record and reestablish your definite major purpose and step it up to something bigger, maybe to another one-year plan, or maybe to a 5-year plan. But in other words, that's the starting point of personal initiative, is to find out where you're going and why you're going there, and what you're going to do after you get there, and how much you're going to get out of it financially. You know, the majority of people in this world could be very successful if they would just make up their minds how much success they want and in what terms they want to evaluate success. There are a lot of people in this world who want a good position and plenty of money, but they're not quite sure just what kind of a position or what kind of money, how much money they want, or when they want to get it. Let's do a little thinking on that subject and grade ourselves on number one. Then on number two, an adequate motive to inspire continuous action in pursuit of the object of one's definite major purpose. Now, study yourself carefully and see if you have an adequate motive or motives. It will be very much better if you have more than one motive for wanting to attain the object of your major purpose, whatever that happens to be, or your immediate purpose. You know, ladies and gentlemen, nobody ever does anything without a motive. Well, no, let me restate that. That's not correct. No one outside of the insane asylum or a person who is off balance may do a lot of things without any motive whatsoever, but normal people move only on motive. And the stronger the motive is, the more active they become and the more apt they are to act upon their own personal initiative. You know, you don't have to have an awful lot of brains in this world. You don't have to be very brilliant. You don't have to have such a wonderful education in order to be an outstanding success if you will only take what little you have, whether it's little or much, and start using it, putting it into operation, doing something about it and with it. And of course, that calls for initiative. And number three, a mastermind alliance, that is to say friendly cooperation at least, through which to acquire the necessary power for noteworthy achievement. Take the initiative now and find out just how many friends you have that you can call on if you were in need of something in the way of cooperation. Make a list of them. In your notes, make a list of the people that you really and truly could turn to if you needed some favor, if you needed an endorsement, if you needed an introduction, maybe if you needed to make a loan of money. And incidentally, unless you have all the money lying around that you need, the time might come when you need to make a loan. Wouldn't it be very nice to know someone that you could turn to in the case of need and get the money you need? Of course, you can always go to a bank. All you have to do is to give 4-for-1 security, government bonds, and you can get all the money you want. But there are times when you want medium sums perhaps, or you want other favors comparable to the borrowing of money. And you need to have somebody, the acquaintance of somebody cultivated so that when you turn to them for favors, you can get them. But above all, if you're aiming at anything above mediocrity, you need to have a mastermind alliance of one or more people besides yourself, who not only will cooperate with you, but who will go out of their way to help you and assist you, and who have the ability to do something that will be a benefit to you. And it's up to you to take the initiative to build those mastermind allies. You know, they don't just come along and join you because you're a good fellow. You have to lay out a plan, you have to have an objective, and you have to find the people suitable to make up your mastermind alliance. And then you have to give them an adequate motive for becoming a mastermind ally of yours. Now, incidentally, I happen to know that the vast majority of people do not have a mastermind alliance with other people. And don't be afraid to grade yourself zero on this one if you don't have one. But next time you come to grade, don't grade zero. Grade higher than that. And the only way you can grade higher, if you grade zero now, is to start in and find at least one mastermind ally that you can attach yourself to right now, in the beginning. Number 4, self-reliance in proportion to the nature of your major purpose. Find out just exactly how much self-reliance you have.